The Nigerian Senate has approved President Bola Tinubu's request to raise 1.15 trillion from the domestic debt market to finance the unfunded portion of the 2025 budget deficit. The approval came after the Senate adopted a report from the Committee on Local and Foreign Debt during the Wednesday plenary session. The report highlighted that the 2025 Appropriation Act set total expenditure at nearly 60 trillion, an increase of 5.25 trillion over the initial proposed 54.74 trillion.
Recommendation 1, that the Senate do approve Mr. President's request to establish a 1,150 billion naira borrowing program in the domestic debt market to close the unfunded deficit gap created by the increase in the budget size over and above the prior approved revenue and borrowing plans. Those in favor of these recommendations say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. That the federal, that's recommendation 2, that the Federal Ministry of Finance and Debt Management Office should undertake the borrowing strictly within approved fiscal parameters, ensuring that all terms and conditions, conditions favorable, transparent, and sustainable. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
In another move, the Senate adopted a motion by Senator Abdul Ngi mandating the Committee on Appropriation to intensify oversight over implementation of borrowed funds. The committee is tasked to ensure that the money is used effectively within the 2025 fiscal year and strictly for the intended purposes.
That the Committee of Appropriation should ensure that the borrowing is actually made for the purpose of which is required before the Senate. That the borrowing, the Appropriation Committee should ensure that the borrowing is made for the purposes of which that the Appropriation Committee should ensure that the borrowing is actually to fund the 2025 appropriation.
With the approval of the 1.5 trillion domestic loan, the Senate has reinforced its commitment to bridging the Nigerian fiscal gap while emphasizing accountability in the use of borrowed funds.